Evagrios the Solitary. Introductory note. Evagrios the Solitary, also known as Evagrios Ponticos, was born in 345 or 346, probably at Ibora in Pontus, although, according to another opinion, he was a native of Iberia, Georgia. A disciple of the Cappadocian Fathers, he was ordained reader by St. Basil the Great and deacon by St. Gregory the Theologian, Gregory of Nazianzus, and he accompanied the latter to the Council of Constantinople in 381, the Second Ecumenical Council. Evagrios was never ordained priest. After a brief stay in Jerusalem, he went in 383 to Egypt, where he spent the remaining 16 years of his life. After 2 years at Nitria, where he became a monk, he moved to the more remote desert of Kelia, dying there in 399. While in Egypt, he had as his spiritual father the priest of Kelia, St. Macarios of Alexandria, and it is probable that he also knew St. Macarios the Egyptian, the priest and spiritual father of Scetis. In the person of these two saints, he came into contact with the first generation of the Desert Fathers and with their spirituality in its purest form. In the numerous writings of Evagrios, there may be discerned two tendencies, the one speculative and the other practical. On the speculative side, he relies heavily upon Origen, circa 185 to 254, borrowing from him in particular certain theories about the pre-existence of human souls and the apokatastasis, or final restoration of all things in Christ. These theories were condemned at the Fifth Ecumenical Council in 553. On the practical side, he draws upon the living experience of the Desert Fathers of Egypt, mainly Copts, among whom he spent the last years of his life. He possessed, to an exceptional degree, the gifts of psychological insight and vivid description, together with the ability to analyze and define with remarkable precision the various stages on the spiritual way. Here his teachings, so far from being condemned, have exercised a decisive influence upon subsequent writers. His disciple St. John Cassian, while abandoning the suspect theories of Evagrios derived from Origen, transmitted the practical aspect of Evagrios' teachings to the Latin West. In the Greek East, the technical vocabulary devised by Evagrios remained thereafter standard. It can be found, for example, in the writings of St Diadochos of Photiki, St John Klimakos, and St Maximos the Confessor, as also within the Syriac tradition in the mystic treatises of St Isaac of Nineveh. The works included by St Nicodemus in the Philokalia all belong to the practical side of Evagrios and contain little, if any, trace of suspect speculations. Several of Evagrios' works have come down under the name of other authors. This is the case with the writing on prayer, which in the Greek Philokalia is ascribed to Nelos, but recent research has made it plain, beyond any reasonable doubt, that this is a writing of Evagrios.